Good afternoon. I am about to hop on a call with one of my previous clients, and as I'm getting ready to celebrate her, I kind of took a trip down memory lane, and it brought to light some of the mistakes that people are making when they come into my world in the beginning that are costing them thousands. And so I put together a list here of 7 mistakes that you might be making on a daily basis. You might not even be knowing that you're making these mistakes that are leaving money on the table for you. And these things are very, very common. You might not even know, like I said, that you're making them. So I wanted to bring them to light so you can bring conscious awareness to some of the things that you might be subconsciously doing that are sabotaging your results, that are sabotaging having more clients come into your world, that are sabotaging you making 10K months really easily and effortlessly. So the number one mistake that I see a lot of coaches making is trying to copy what somebody else is doing. Now, these are all things that I have done in the past 5 years. So I'm lovingly calling you out, and I'm also teaching you what I've done that has left money on the table. And the first one is looking at what everybody else is doing and trying to replicate what other coaches are doing who are in a different space than you. And what this could look like is even your marketing could end up looking like someone else because you're not clear on your marketing. It could be trying to sell too much. Some of my clients, when they come and start with me, they're not clear on what their product suite is. So they're adding more because they're not getting a lot of clients. And let me know if you're joining live that you feel like you need to add more because you see this coach celebrating. She's making like, $37,000 while she's on the beach relaxing. She's been doing this longer. Her product suite is set up that way. And so if you catch yourself feeling like you need to add more, this is kind of a red flag. This goes back to really getting crystal clear on what is going to work well for you energetically and how you're launching and how much you're selling and how much you can show up. Because if you're trying to follow what somebody else is doing who has a different relationship with their audience, they have a different connection with their ideal clients in their audience, their marketing is different, they've been doing it longer, then you're going to burn yourself out. That's going to lead you to get to a place where you're like, I want to burn it all down. And if you're in a place that you want to burn it all down, I've been there before. It just means that you need to clean it up. And these mistakes that you might be making are going to help clean that up. So trying to do too many things before you've mastered your craft. If you are not completely sold out in your main offer and you're trying to add more, this is your sign to stop doing that. Focus on your one offer until you hit 10, 20K months. Then you can have that spaciousness, that experience to then add more. Maybe add another offer, a shorter offer, another mastermind, or your one-on-one. It's really about getting super focused on one main offer, getting results, and having that proof of concept that this offer can get your clients results before you begin to add on. This is a big mistake that I see a lot of people make. They burn out, and this is where a lot of people quit, and I don't want you to do that. The second mistake that I see people making is not setting up your business model for the life that you actually want. So I had one client come on, and I always go through the goals of what my clients want before they even come into the container. This is what we're talking about. What do you want in your life? A lot of people haven't thought about that. They just keep thinking like, oh, I need to do this and I need to have my signature offer and then I'm going to build upon that. It's like, that might not be the life that you want. There is nothing wrong with just having one-on-one clients enough to pay your bills and a little bit of extra money if that's what you want. If you're looking again at what other coaches are doing and they're doing all this kinds of stuff because they're multimillionaires, that's cool. That's what they want. There's no problem. Doing reverse analysis of your business and comparing that to the life that you want is the first step. So what I see a lot of people doing, my client came in and she said, Adele, I don't want to launch so much anymore. I really just want to help people. I want to have one big signature offer. And then when we started to work together over, I think it was like a month in my private coaching, she was like, I'm going to launch this. I'm going to launch this. And I was like, babe, I'm just going to bring you back to what you want. Do you actually want to continue to launch? Or are you watching me launch and you feel like you need to add more when your offer is doing really, really well? your goal was to spend more time with your children. Your goal was to have that spaciousness. You can have that. Are you trying to do something that you feel like you need to do because everybody else is doing it? And it was a resounding yes for her. So then we cleaned up where her strategy was, what she needed to focus on, when she was going to relaunch. And then we kept her focused, because what you want to do is create your business model for the life that you want. Like I said before, it doesn't need to look like mine. It doesn't need to look like somebody else's. I like my business model. I like having that spaciousness. I like adding when I feel kind of like I want to mix it up. I'm a manifesting generator. Inside Evolve, you're going to learn exactly what your human design is, so you can understand your energy level in a deeper way to know what kind of business model is going to work best for you. So, point number 2 is not setting your business model up for the life that you want. If you want spaciousness, if you want to spend time with your children, if you want to really enjoy your life, then maybe your business model is going to be kept down to 1 or 2 offers. There's nothing wrong with that. You need to be honest with yourself and set your business up, your business model, and your energy to hone in on those business models and them be your revenue making generators. Focus on that. So the third one ties into this one. Third biggest mistake I see people making that are leaving money on the table is not sticking to your original offer. I have made this mistake. Like I said in the beginning, I have made every single one of these mistakes. I am calling you out with all the love in my world, in my heart, because I have made these mistakes and I see other people making them. These are the things that I cleaned up so that I'm making revenue every single month, not spinning my wheels, not burning out. Sticking with your current offer. If your current offer isn't doing as well, you need to go on and talk about it more. You need to get reignited about that current offer. There's nothing wrong with it. It just means that you're not ignited. You need to find a more fun way for you to launch it over again. How are you bringing people into your world? Are you connecting with your audience? So that leaves me to number, 1, 2, 3, 4, is not enough connection with your audience. If you are watching the way that someone who's making $1 million a month connect with their audience, don't do that, because they've been doing it for a while. The biggest thing to make more sales is to connect with your audience. If you are afraid to go live, if you're afraid to go in DMs, this is your opportunity to get real with yourself and who you need to be in order to get those results. I want you to, if you're not connecting by going live, having a Facebook group, doing DM conversations, and hosting free masterclasses all the time to connect with your audience and showcase, and you're thinking of excuses and going into victim mode, like, oh, I don't really like to do that, or I don't have enough time, I want you to, as soon as I'm done this live video, go and sit outside, go and take a moment for yourself and get super clear on whether or not you're serious about your results. Get really super clear. If you really want to do this, these are the things that you have to do. These are the things that are going to connect with the people in your audience, that are going to make them feel seen, heard, and understood, and want to effortlessly come into your world. That kind of stuff isn't going to happen just by writing copy. That's not going to happen just by doing a live every once in a while. This is about showing up consistently, getting clear, and having conversations in the DMs of potential people that want to work with you, and get clear on what their problems are and what their desires are. Do the market research. If you haven't done market research, come into Evolve. I'm going to teach you how to do market research so you can get really clear how to connect with your audience. If you don't know how to connect with your audience, again, that's what Evolve is for. We're going to have to build that connection with our audience. You can't look at what she's doing. So if you're not getting enough sales, this one thing, if you take away anything, this one thing right here is there might be a lack of trust. They're not signing up because they don't trust you, because there's a lack of connection with your audience. So go back to doing more live videos, connecting with people, going into their DMs, having a Facebook group, and doing live masterclasses. There is a way to do masterclasses that convert, and I just recorded this module inside Evolve. It's a true measure of using human psychology without trickery to get more people into your world. So if you are doing masterclasses and people are not coming into your world, that's also a trust thing. That's because you're not building that trust. They're not seeing the value in your offer. So all these things are taught inside Evolve. I'm breaking it down for you very lightly here. Okay, so number 5 is not being clear on needle moving activities. So one thing when people come into my world is that they are consistently running themselves dry, working all day, all night, and they're still not making 10K months. If you are not 100% clear on what you need to be doing when you come on this app, when you go on Facebook, how you need to connect with your audience every single day, how you need to be showing up, the copy that you need to write in order to build that bridge from where they are to where they need to be, that's what Evolve is for. That's exactly what I'm going to teach you inside my mastermind. So the biggest thing that my clients go through is getting super clear on the needle moving activities. This is why they have the work-life balance. This is why they're not working their ass off all the time, because they know exactly what they need to do every single day. They do it, and then they have that spaciousness to spend time with their families, to go on that trip that they wanted to go to only work 3 hours in the morning. So even if you're seeing me, I'm showing pictures of me chilling at the pool and doing stuff. I only really work 3 hours a day because I am very clear on what needle-moving activities generate revenue. So if you're not clear on that, again, like send me a DM, let's chat about it. We need to clean that up. If you're working too hard, looking at what everybody else is doing and not clear on what you need to be doing every single day, that needs to be cleaned up. That's the biggest thing that needs to be cleaned up for you. Number 6, a big mistake, and I'm going to call you out a little bit, and I'm going to call you out with all the love in my heart. And this isn't to be mean. This is to really just speak to your heart right now in a very, very loving way, in a good way, and say that you must be in integrity. If you are a coach who is asking other people to invest in yourself, and you are not investing in yourself when you know that you need that in order to help your business reach 5-figure months, then you are not in integrity. That's an energetic thing. They can feel that. If you are saying like, and I've seen this, and I'm not trying to call anybody out, but I just saw this, and this is what really like kind of catalyzed this. It's a person that wanted to come and work with me, and she was too afraid, which is fine. That's totally okay. But then wrote a post about being too afraid to investing. This person is not standing in integrity. That is energetics. So somebody could resonate with that post from that person, but I know the truth that that person's not in integrity, and I have a prayer for her that she can stand in integrity and get the help that she needs if she wants to come and work with me or any other coach. It doesn't need to be me, but be in integrity. If you are asking people to invest in your programs, yet you are not willing to step up and invest in yourself so that you can better your business, then that is not an energetic match to bringing in more abundance in your life. That is coming from a place of lack, and that is going to bring in more lack. I know that sometimes it's scary for some of you to invest. Every single one of my clients, they come in, they are excited. So whatever you need to do to get to that place of taking your business and your results seriously so that you stand in integrity, and hire that mentor, hire that coach, join that group program that you really want to join so that you can stand in integrity, I guarantee you, and I very rarely say this, that as soon as you make that decision for yourself, you will be magnetizing to other people who are on the fence trying to make that decision for themselves. That is the energetics. That is truth. That's why you see everywhere like, oh, I just signed up for my coach and I made my ROI in like 3 weeks. It's because they took their business seriously. Then they started showing up like they took their business seriously, and the people that were on the sidelines waiting saw that shift. And the way that you were showing up, they saw that shift in your energy, and it ignited them to make that decision for themselves. It's the ripple effect. So calling that out in a very loving way. I've made that mistake before. I don't want to see you make that mistake. And I see a lot of you making that mistake. It breaks my heart to see that. And I'm saying this with all the love in the world. And the last mistake that I see people making is noticing where you're stuck and staying in victim mode instead of getting up and doing something about it. Now, people that are making 5-figure months, 6-figure, 7-figure months, get real with what's not working. They practice emotional agility in their business. They look at it from an outsider's perspective. This is the biggest thing that has helped my clients make a lot of money, is look at your business from an outsider's perspective and follow the trail. Follow the client transformation timeline from when they follow you, when they're engaging with their content, when they're getting in your DMs, when they're booking that sales call, when they're saying yes, even all throughout your program. Where are they getting stuck? We all know, if you just like took a minute and be like, where are they getting stuck? The people are coming in my DMs, but when I ask them to book the call, they're getting stuck. Okay, so that is about your relationship with your potential clients. Are you coming from a needy place? Are people looking at your website, but they're not clicking? Is it a messaging thing? Are you building that trust? It's being crystal clear on where you need to clean it up, and then diving into that one area that needs to be cleaned up and become obsessed with it. Because if you are, let's say, you are doing copy that's not converting, you might not be showing up that much because my copy's not, you're going into victim mode. My copy's not working. So I'm scared to even show up, when the opposite of that is going to create the results. You need to be obsessed with learning how to speak to your ideal clients in your copy so that when you show up, it does convert. How do you get there? You show up more and you work it out. You are not afraid to make mistakes. You are not afraid to post that thing and then it fumble. You brush it off, you get back up, you apply the strategy that you learned inside Evolve, and you keep trying it again. That's how we all succeed. Just like when you were a child, when you first started to walk, you got up and you fumbled. Did you just give up on walking throughout the rest of your life? No. You maybe grabbed a table, you grabbed your parent's hand, you maybe grabbed your sister or your brother, and you tried it again. It's the exact same thing in business. Business is a mirror of life, and it is determinant of who you are and who you need to be in order to reach that success level. So if you're coming to a place where you're seeing that you're stuck on something and you know you need help, and instead you're going in the victim mode saying, oh, this isn't working for me, I'm not good at my messaging or whatever, instead of hiring that coach or hiring that mentor or joining that program that's going to help you, then you're going to stay stuck. There is something psychological that happens. People that come into my world don't have this because they are the type of people that are willing to look at it and they're willing to do whatever it takes. That's why they take my hand, because they're like, help me see it, help me get past it. This is why we hire mentors and coaches to help us. This is why we learn the strategy inside masterminds with a group of people, so we can see, I'm not alone. My copy sucks too. Like, how can we do this together? Let's have an accountability buddy. There's a different type of person who sees what is not working and decides to dive into it in order to fix it because they are serious about their results. Those people who psychologically like to play the victim, they like to play that the world's smallest violin and stay in the victim mode, you will stay there. I'm so sorry. I used to be her. I used to be all throughout my 20s. I was that victim mode woman, and sometimes I catch myself and I got to snap myself back out of it. You have to rise above that. And how you rise above that is you see what's not working, you outsource it, or you get help with it. You become obsessed with making it work, so then it's second nature. So then you're no longer walking, you're running. And when you do that, you become a better person to yourself. You grow spiritually, you grow on your spiritual journey, you grow in your self-development journey, you grow better as a friend, a partner, a wife, a husband, a mother, a father, and a coach. Going back to the integrity, if you are not doing whatever you need to be doing, and then you're asking people to do what they're not doing, that is an energetic mismatch that doesn't line up. So, a lot of tough love today. I'm saying this because I actually care, because these are the things, like, as I'm scrolling, I'm kind of looking at what you guys are doing. I know I may not be your coach yet, but I am looking out for you. I want to see you succeed. So if you're coming up against any of these 7 mistakes and leaving money on the table, this is your opportunity to step up and do something about it. So I'm going to go through them if you're just coming on live now. So mistake number 1 is copying what everybody else is doing and adding more before you're ready. Mistake number 2 is not setting up your business model for the life that you want. You're trying to do what you think you should do instead of really what you want to do to have that life that you want. You get to have that life now. You don't have to have that life when you get to 60. You can have it right now. You don't have to wait. There's no waiting in my world. Number 3 is sticking with your current offer. If you're not ignited by your current offer, get ignited. Go back in there. Clean it up a little bit. Talk about it more. get in there. Like, get really excited about it until you're making 5, 10, 20K off of your current offer. Don't add more. Stick with it. Like, keep going. That is your business model to hit 10K to 5-figure months. The next one is not enough connection to your audience. If people aren't buying when you drop something, you need to build more trust. Do these live videos, come into your Facebook groups, your DMs, your free masterclasses. Again, inside Evolve, I teach you how to do a free masterclass that converts. There is a different way to do masterclasses in order for them to convert. So if your masterclasses, if you're doing all that and people aren't converting, you're missing this piece. Come inside Evolve. I'm going to teach it to you. We're going to get more clients. The next one is being clear on needle moving activities. If you don't know what you need to do every day to generate revenue, come at your girl. We got to clean it up. This is where you get that work-life balance. Next one is being in integrity. Are you asking people to invest when you're not investing in yourself? It's a mismatch energetically. And notice where you're stuck in the victim. Notice when you are seeing a divide in what you need to be doing better in your business, where people are getting stuck and people aren't investing. And instead of becoming obsessed with that one little piece, whether it's your marketing, your sales, your copy, whatever it is, if you're not really cleaning that up, you're going to stay the same. You might like to stay the same. If you want results, if you really want that life, you need to be super clear. And so I'd love to support you comprehensively in all of this with your product suite, your messaging, your energetics, your sales, so that you're super crystal clear on what moves the needle 1% every single day. Super fucking easy to easily make 10K months. When people come into my world, they're like, I want to make 10K months. They usually end up making more. So if you haven't joined Evolve, we just closed the doors for the month of February. It is going to be reopened March 1st. So if you missed that boat, you get to come in March 1st. I keep this container really intimate and small for a reason, because I want to have eyes all over your business. I want you to have the support that you desire and need and not be drowned out by everybody else's questions. The best part, if you're watching this now and you're thinking about joining Evolve and you missed the February 1st start date, what you can do now is break your payments up into 6 months rather than 5. So if you need lower monthly payments, get into my DMs and go ahead and book a connection call with me. We're going to chat. We're going to see if it's a good fit. Then you can break your payments up into smaller. You can start March 1st. So that's all I have for you today. Let me know what your biggest takeaway was in the comments. And I will see you on the flip side. Love you.